Hello, students. I hope you all are well. Today, one summary we are discussing Robinson Crusoe summary. And I'm going to make three videos. One is just reading, second is explanation in English, and third one is explanation in Hindi. So let us see first one. I'm reading for you. That is Robinson Crusoe is a youth of about 18 years who resides in Hull, England. Although his father wishes him to become a lawyer, Crusoe dreams of going on sea voyages. He disregards the fact that his two older brothers are gone because of their need for adventure. His father cautions that a middle class existence is the most stable. Robinson ignores him when his parents refuse to let him take at least one journey. He runs away with a friend and secures free passage to London. Misfortune begins immediately in the form of rough weather. So here author has painted very beautifully that the hero of the book, Robinson Crusoe, the name of the book and hero is the same. Robinson Crusoe is 18 years old young boy and he dreams for sea voyages or adventurous life, but his father suggests him to go for law and become lawyer. He ignores the fact that his two brothers have already gone, have lost their life because of adventurous life. And his father says that, suggests that middle class existence is the most stable existence. That's why it is better to prefer normal life, middle class life. But he ignores all and refuses father's advice and takes first voyage with his friends. And in the very first voyage, misfortune begins. Now, the ship is forced to land at Yarmouth. When Crusoe's friend learns the circumstances under which he left his family, he becomes angry and tells him that he should have never come to the sea. They part and Crusoe makes his way to London via land. He thinks briefly about going home but cannot stand to be humiliated. He manages to find another voyage headed to Guinea. Once there, he wants to become a trader. So, this way, when the ship is forced to land at Yarmouth because it could not go to London because of rough weather, right? So, it lands to Yarmouth, and where Crusoe's friend, when he comes to know about the circumstances, he leaves for his family and he becomes very angry and tells him that he should have never come to the sea. He says that why did I come? I should never come, should have never come to the sea. Anyway, they are departed, Crusoe's friend, and then but Crusoe manages his way and he reaches London via road, right? And then he thinks briefly, once twice he thinks that he should also have gone and he should go back, but then he says he thinks that I cannot stand to be humiliated because my parents will be angry, and then he I will be criticized. So he manages another voyage and which was going to Guinea, and then he goes there and he becomes a trader. On the way, the ship is attacked by Turkish pirates who brings the crew and passengers into the Moorish port of Selly. Robinson is made a slave. For 2 years he plans an escape. An opportunity is presented when he is sent out with two Moorish youths to go fishing. Crusoe throws one overboard and tells the other one, called Jury, that he may stay if he is faithful. They anchor on what appears to be uninhabited land. Soon they see that black people live there. These natives are very friendly to Crusoe and Jury. At one point, the two see a Portuguese ship in the distance. They manage to paddle after it and get the attention of those on board. The captain is kind and says he will take them aboard for free and bring them to Brazil. So what happened that in second voyage the ship is attacked by Turkish pirates and they bring crew members to Moorish port of Sally, and Robinson and other crew members become slave. 2 years, for 2 years they are slave, and one day they plans and they escape. And then that's the opportunity is that Moorish youths can go for fishing. So he also goes, and then when they go, so two people, Yuri, Crusoe, and one Moorish youth, they all go for fishing, and then when they were doing fishing, he throws the one person who came here, name is not given, Ismail. His name is Ismail. Moore's name is Ismail. So Yuri and Robinson Crusoe throws him into the water and they escape, right? Why Robinson Crusoe saves Yuri? Because he finds that Yuri is a good person, and he says okay, good person can be left. And then they run away, both Crusoe and Yuri, right? Where at one point to see a Portuguese ship in the distance. So as they run away, and in the distance they find that one Portuguese ship at the distance, and then they manage to paddle after it because they are in the boat. So anyhow they paddle and then get attention of that boat, and captain is very much kind, so he says that okay, no problem, I will take you, both of you, to uh, Brazil, right? And the trip was free. Now Robinson goes to Brazil and leaves Yuri with the captain. The captain and widow, in England are Crusoe's financial guardians. In the new country, Robinson observed that much wealth comes from plantations. He resolves to buy one for him. After a few years, he has some partners and they are all doing very well financially. Crusoe is presented with a new proposition to begin a trading business. These men want to trade slaves and they want Robinson to be the master of trade posts. Although he knows he has enough money, Crusoe decides to make the voyage. A terrible shipwreck occurs, and Robinson is the only survivor. He manages to make it to the shore of an island. What happened then next? Robinson reaches to Brazil and then he sails out Yuri to the captain because captain saves their life. So he says Yuri to the captain, and the captain and widow of England are Crusoe's financial guardian, and he keeps his gives money to captain's widow wife to take care of it. And then, because it was a new country, and he observed that the wealth comes from plantation, so he notices, he's a intelligent boy, that plantation uh, can through plantation good money can be earned. So he resolves to buy one for himself. So he says that I should buy, and then after few years he has some partners, and then he gets partners, and then they all are very financially very strong. So Crusoe is presented with a new proposition to begin a trading business, and then Crusoe is known as a like a well known businessman. And then now, because he has expanded his business, so that these men want to trade slaves, right? So they need to have some slaves, because for manpower, for doing work in the field, so that uh, they want Robinson to be the master of trade posts. So they know, however, he knows he has enough money. Crusoe has enough money, but he decides to make voyage. But he thinks that I should go to make voyage, and then I should um, what I can say that uh, I should buy some slaves. So he takes third voyage, and this time a terrible shipwreck occurs, and Robinson is only the survivor, and all others died. Now actually story starts from here. Robinson remains on the island for 27 years. He is able to take many provisions from the ship. In that time, he recreates his English life, building homes, necessities, learning how to cook, raise goats and crops. He is the first very miserable, but embraces religion as a balm for his unhappiness. He is able to convince himself that he lives a much better life here than he did in Europe. Much more simple, much less wicked. He comes to he comes to appreciate his sovereignty over the island, right? Now, as he is left in an isolated island when he was 27 years old, and he takes many provision, and then what happened, he goes to ship again and again, and bring uh, all necessary things which are left in that shipwrecked ship, right? Because some remains of ship are still left, so he brings goats, crops, and he learns how to cook, how to raise goats, how to um, saw, like that's grains and all. And this way he is at first very miserable, but he is survival, but then there is no use of survival, because he is in an island which is isolated, marooned island. But then uh, he uh, he does lot of religious practices, and then he embraces religion as a balm. It soothes his mind, and in that's a soothing for his unhappiness, and he convinces himself that he lives a much better life, because this life is away from wickedness and human, like masked human, and that's why he appreciate this life. Now, one time he tries to use a boat to explore the rest of the island. One time he thinks that I should explore the island, but he is almost swept away. But then he take risk, but he is saved, because he would have swept away. But then he then he never takes any chance, and he has pets whom he treats as a subject. And pets are like he has two pets, goats, number of goats, and parrot, so that there is no appearance of man until about 15 years. So for 15 years he lives all alone, no human being comes there. But then one day he sees the footprint and later observes cannibalistic savages eating prisoners. But one day he observed that cannibals are there and they eating prisoners, and they eat prisoners. So they don't live on the island. They in come in uh, canoe uh, canoes from the mainland not too far away. Robinson is filled with outrage and resolves to save the prisoners the next time these savages appear. Some years later, they return, and using his guns, Crusoe scares them away and saves the young savage whom he names Friday. So that's he comes to know that these cannibals are not from the same island, but they have come from one uh, one canoe, and then from main island, and which is very far away. So Robinson is very annoyed, and he takes resolve that he is going to save prisoners. And then he uh, when next time it happens, so he uses his gun, and because he brings gun from the remains of ship, right? And this way he is able to success he is successful to save the life of man, and he keeps his name as Friday. Friday is extremely grateful and becomes Robinson's devoted servant. He learns some English and takes on the Christian religion. For some years, the two live happily. Then another ship of savages arrives with three prisoners. Together, Crusoe and Friday are able to save two of them. One is a Spaniard, the other is Friday's father. Their reunion is very joyous. Both have come from the mainland close by. After a few months, they leave to bring back the rest of the Spaniards' men. So now, who is with Robinson Crusoe? Friday. Now they are two. So Friday is obedient and very much grateful to Robinson Crusoe. He obeys Robinson Crusoe, and then they learn that some English and takes they learn some English, so that what he learns some English. Sorry, Friday teaches Robinson Crusoe teaches Friday, and then Friday learns. He teaches English, and then Christian religion also. And then after some years, for some years, they lived happily. But then another ship of savages arrives, and with three prisoners. This time they are going to eat three prisoners, but Robinson Crusoe and Friday, they are able to save all three prisoners, and one of them is Spaniard, other one is Friday's father. And then Friday becomes very happy, and that both have come from mainland and land close by. And then after few months, they leave to bring back the rest of Spaniards men, and this way they successfully bring Spaniards men also. Crusoe is happy that his island is being peopled. Now one by one many have come in this island. Before the Spaniard and Friday's father can return, a boat of European man comes ashore. So that one boat comes to shore, and then there are three prisoners while most of the men are exploring the island. So then they explore the island, and Crusoe learns from one that he is the captain of a ship whose crew mutinied, right? So that's a crew members that's a mutinied, and Robinson says he will help them as long as they leave the authority of Ireland in the hands, and as long as they promise to take, right? And this way they do another thing. Now Friday himself to England for free, and then they agree, the agreement is made. Together this little army manages to capture the rest of crew and then retake captainship. Friday and Robinson are taken to England. Even though Crusoe has been gone 35 years, because now he has become 35 years, he finds that his plantation have done well, and because he left plantation and money to that captain's widow, and he is very wealthy, and then he comes to know that plantation, because of plantation he has become very wealthy. He gives money to the Portuguese captain and the widow who were so kind to him. He returns to the English countryside and settles there. Now he settles, and then he marries, and having 3 children. When his wife dies, he once more goes to the sea, and finally he again goes to the sea. So the here, and then he finds that he reaches to island after years, some years, and he finds that now it is converted, that island where many are living together. It becomes a colony. Thank you so much.